Imagine a Tracer from Yamaha with a 300cc engine derived straight from the R3, long travel suspension, bigger fuel tank, a slightly semi-fade design LED headlight, a big windscreen. Oh my god, that sounds like a perfect recipe for Indian market to me. Hello my extended family on YouTube, I hope you guys are doing really good. Now there's been a lot of noise recently because Yamaha has registered the TRACER trademark in India, and there are lots of speculations whether is it going to be a TRACER 700 or a TRACER 900. Apparently these two are the motorcycles which are there in the international market, and everybody is really going bonkers all about it. So in this video, let's take a look at what the TRACER is. That's the first part. I mean, what TRACER is for Yamaha, and second thing is what as the Indian market consumers should we expect from Yamaha with the trademark TRACER. But before that, it would be really awesome if you guys take a moment out of your time and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and press the notification bell to stay updated with all the videos that we keep rolling out for you. Okay, first point, what is a TRACER? So if you remember, let's go back in history a little bit. So Yamaha, they previously had the FZ1 Fazer, they had the FZ6 Fazer as well. Basically these were the semi-fade versions of their FZ1 and the FZ6, the inline 4-cylinder engines that they had, and they designed these bikes with slightly upright ergonomics so that the users can go, the riders can go on long distance touring. They had slightly bigger fuel tank capacity as well. So that essentially was the sport touring model from Yamaha that was there in the international market. Similarly, in Indian market as well, we had the FZ16 Fazer that was launched in 2009. Then we had the FZ25 Fazer as well. But then over a period of time, Yamaha has discontinued the motorcycles bearing the Fazer tag name totally. So now they have the MT Tracers. By that name is what they're launching their sport touring motorcycles as. So they have the TRACER 900, they have the TRACER 7 or the 700, that varies upon which market you live in, but there is no Fazer as such. So that is the TRACER for Yamaha apparently, which is the replacement of a Fazer. That was the first point. Now look at the second point, that is what as Indian consumers should we expect with this trademark of TRACER that Yamaha has registered in India. So if you remember again, as I was talking about it, that there was a Fazer 150, there was a Fazer 25 as well. Now 150 was launched in 2009 as I said, and it did pretty good in numbers because there was no other motorcycle at that particular point of time which looked as good as that. Then looking at the success of the Fazer 160, Yamaha decided to launch the 25 as well. However, 25 did not receive the kind of a response that Yamaha was expecting. That was primarily because of the looks, because it was apparently a Fazer FZ25 itself, and the plastics slapped onto both the sides with a small fairing on it, and people did not really like the looks of it, and that's the reason why it did not work. It did not do good to the sales numbers. And the same thing is applicable with the Fazer as well. After the upgrade, the sales started to dip down, and Yamaha was hardly selling any of the Fazer 150s out there in the market, so they had to pull the plug off. Now with this TRACER model, with the trademark TRACER, what they're going to do is they are going to launch the 150cc motorcycle first. That will be derived from the FZ16, and then looking at the numbers, if it does good, if the sales are good, then they will apparently launch the Fazer 25 as well. But if they follow the same recipe of last time, that okay, just slap on plastics, it's definitely not going to work, and I'm sure that Yamaha must be looking into this thing very seriously. And about the TRACER 700 and 900, well, the fact is that we do not have an MT 07 in Indian market yet, right? And we do not have the MT 09 as well, because when they launched it, the consumers did not respond pretty well to the motorcycle, and then Yamaha had to pull the plug off. So the chances of getting a TRACER 700 or a TRACER 900 in the Indian shows is highly unlikely. I know this is heartbreaking for you, this is heartbreaking for me as well, but then that's the ground reality. That's how the things work with Yamaha and their relation with the Indian consumers. So what is the TRACER going to be for us? It's going to be a replacement of Fazer with the 150cc engine from the FZ16 and the 250cc engine from the FZ25, and yeah, that's what we are going to get. So yeah, that is the detail that I can share from my end about the TRACER trademark from Yamaha. Sorry to say again, but there is no TRACER 700 or the 900 coming to India. We have to live with the 160 and the 250 itself. So I hope that you guys, this clarifies the air a little bit. And in case if it does, do give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and acquaintances, and take good care of yourself, take good care of your family members. Don't step out, stay at home, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thanks a lot for tuning in, my dear friends. Have a really good time. God bless you all.